Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 3, and today we're taking a look at the smoking tyre car pack. So yeah, the first car in this car pack is the 2016 Aston Martin Vulcan, which has a hell of a lot of power, 820 horsepower, 590 pounds-feet of torque from its 7 litre V12, and it weighs a mere 2,998 pounds. Also looks absolutely brilliant, I think you might agree there. And it's a track-based only car, which is kind of weird having it on this game when we've only got a normal roads to go around. But yeah, track-only based car with only 24 ever going to be built. So yeah, super rare car, and certainly not something you're going to see out on the public roads, because it'd be illegal. But yeah, we're going to take it out onto the public road and see what it can do. So yeah, let's take a quick look at it and see exactly what this car's all about. So here we are. It's a bit wet, I think. Yeah, but still, this car will be able to easily overcome the rain with its immense downforce. As you can see, certainly no slouch. Sounds absolutely amazing as well. Get out the way, Yaris. Yeah, so acceleration wise, 0 to 60 in 3.012 seconds, 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds, and it allows a top speed of 190 mile an hour, which it obviously isn't all that much. Then again, you've got to realise that this has a hell of a lot of downforce with its spoiler, its splitter and its diffuser at the rear end, and it is also a track car, so yeah, it's obviously meant more for cornering than top speed. It certainly still has plenty of acceleration going for it as well. And yeah, sounds as good as it looks and handles really well as well. So yeah, cracking car. So let's take a look at the next car in the car pack and see what it is. So this is the next car in the car pack, the 2016 BMW M2 Coupe. So yeah, it's basically a smaller version of the M4, but still packs a punch itself. 365 horsepower, 369 pounds-feet of torque from its 3 litre inline 6 engine, which is twin turbocharged, and it weighs 3,450 pounds. Now I can't say I'm all that much of a fan of the. Oh, sorry about that. Can't say I'm all that much of a fan of the looks of it. And to be honest, upon first impressions, I actually thought it wasn't all that much of a car I would be interested in. But as I looked around it and actually got to drive it, those reservations were unwarranted. But yeah, I still don't really like the look of it, and BMWs in general lately haven't been all that great in terms of looks for me personally. But as I just stated, it really did surprise me in terms of drivability, so let's take it out there and see what it can do. Right, so yeah, it's got plenty of power, plenty of torque as well, at a really quite low RPM, about 1400 RPM maximum amount of torque, so yeah, it really does fly off the line. And but the best thing about this car is the handling. It really is sublime. You can just chuck it into a corner, it'll hang in on there and it'll slide back around and you can catch it. It really does work really rather well. It's even better in the dry as well. Actually sort of sound, I like the sound of it as well, which isn't something I can say about a lot of BMWs lately. Yeah, it's easily the handling that's the best part, but acceleration wise it's pretty decent as well, especially for a car that is only around £44,000 to buy. 0 to 60, 4.2 seconds, 0 to 110 seconds dead, and it will go on to a top speed of 179 mile an hour, which really isn't too shabby. So yeah, might not be a fan of the looks of it, but handling and power and acceleration are all top notch, and it is still slightly practical with a decent sized boot and rear seats. So yeah, apart from the looks being my only main complaint, this is a cracking little sports car. It's certainly something that is like that. Certainly something that I am now glad is in the game, even though I had some slight reservations to start with. So let's look at the next car. And this is the next car, the 2010 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. Now this is a car I have been dying for in this game, or any game really in the Forza series, and yeah, I'm really glad it's finally in. Now yeah, it might not be the best car ever, and it's certainly more of an oddball choice, but yeah, still really glad that it's in the game. And yeah, it's got 250 horsepower, 297 pounds-feet of torque from its 4.6 litre V8 engine, and it weighs 4,057 pounds. So yeah, it's really rather heavy. It's not got all that much power, and it's got a really kind of a slush box of an automatic gearbox. But despite all that, I'm really glad it's in the game. So let's see what it can do out there. After we just take a look at it in Forza Vista, because yeah, you really need to appreciate this car in all its glory. I'm really glad to put it in the game. It's really something that, yeah, I think has been sorely missing considering how common it is in America, which is probably one reason why people have snuffed at the fact that it is in the game. But considering I'm from the UK, you really don't see something like this around all that often. So yeah, let's go out and see what it can do. So yeah, like I said, it is rather heavy, doesn't have all that much power, and has a really rather sloppy automatic gearbox, but yeah, it's still something I really like the fact that it's in the game now. And you can also turn it into a police car with a bull bar and lights and all that kind of stuff that you would expect on a police car. So yeah, it's got all them things to enjoy about it as well. Plus, if you aren't satisfied with the power or the way it handles or the weight or anything like that, you can always upgrade it and make it better if you want. But me being a little bit weird, I just like driving cars like this stock. Or I think I may turn it into a police car. But you probably can even turn it into a taxi with a paint job if you wanted. Though I don't think they actually have the kind of taxi emblem thing on the top of the roof that you can do. Which is a bit of a shame, but then again, it's most famous for being a police car more than a cab. Yeah, acceleration wise, it's a little bit on the slow side. Like I said, it does have that automatic gearbox holding it back. 0 to 60, 7.9 seconds, 0 to 100 in 21.7 seconds, and it going to a top speed of 142 mile an hour. So yeah, top speed wise isn't all that bad, but acceleration isn't all that great, especially for a car with a sizable V8 and a decent amount of power. Then again, it's this automatic gearbox that really holds it back. Really don't know why they go for something like that in a car like this, but that's just American culture. They do prefer to have something a bit easier to drive than something that's necessarily quicker. Right, let's take a look at the next car. So this is the next car, the 2016 GTA Spano. So this is a Spanish mid-engine supercar, and it has an 8 litre V10 engine from a Dodge Viper, and it has twin turbochargers added onto it, and it produces 912 horsepower and 899 pounds-feet of torque, and it weighs 3,197 pounds. So yeah, not all that light, but yeah, hell of a lot of horsepower and torque there. And as you can see from the stats, it has quite a high rate of acceleration and top speed, which we'll get to when we get out there. But thought we'd just take a look at it in Forza Vista first. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the looks at the front, but I like the side profile, and I certainly like it from the rear end. So yeah, bit of a hit and miss car in terms of looks, but it's certainly unique. There's only apparently 99 of these around. So yeah, you're really unlikely to ever see one out on the road. But if you do, you're really not going to miss it, that's for sure. So yeah, let's take it out there and see what it can do. So as you'd expect with a car with that amount of power, it's really rather quick, as you can now see. Really doesn't take long to get up to a high rate of speed. Just going down this short straight, we're already losing 200. And there it is, 200 mile an hour. It's got a stupidly large spoiler brake. Yeah, speed wise, it's cracking. Right on the mark for the kind. Sorry about that. Right on the mark for the kind of car that you'd expect with this amount of horsepower and this kind of exclusivity. And yeah, the acceleration times confirm that. 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds. 0 to 100, 5.215 seconds, and it goes to a top speed of 236 mile an hour, which isn't really all that shabby. And handling wise, it's actually really good as well, especially for a rear wheel drive car from an unproven manufacturer, and it being rear wheel drive as well. Yeah, it really does handle really rather well. Also like the interior a fair bit as well, especially those dials, kind of like classic and retro. But yeah, best thing about this car is easily the speed, and yeah, it certainly give other more established supercars and supercar manufacturers even a run for their money. So let's take a look at the next car. So this is the next car, the 1976 Jeep CJ5 Renegade. So yeah, the only old car on this car pack. To put it in perspective, it's the only pre-2000 car. But it's a really good car nonetheless, and certainly something I've wanted as well in any Forza game. Quite frankly, we've not had enough old Jeeps as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, it has a 5 litre V8 from AMC, which produces 151 horsepower and 245 pounds-feet of torque, and the car weighs 2,271 pounds, which is really rather light, so it can make the most of that power and that torque. But obviously this is a car more about going off-road than on-road, so we're definitely going to take the kit on somewhere a little bit off-roady. But first we'll just take a look at the engine. There we go. And yeah, I really like the look of it, really like the paintwork on it, really sparse interior, but then again it's more about just going off-road and having a bit of fun. And I really kind of like the wheels as well, and I find it funny that they're shiny when this is a car that's mainly going to be going off-road, so they wouldn't stay shiny for very long. But yeah, going to take this somewhere a little bit more special than the city, because it is an off-road car, so yeah, I'll see you when we get there. So yeah, we're on a little bit of an off-road course here. Like I said, give it somewhere a little bit more special than the city. And yeah, perfectly suits this kind of terrain. And yeah, even though it doesn't have all that much power, it's more than enough for this kind of stuff. It's mainly more about the torque than the horsepower though, to be honest, with a car like this. But yeah, it's still fairly decently fast in terms of acceleration. 0 to 60 in 7.3 seconds, which is actually faster than the Crown Victoria, which surprised me when I found that out. And 0 to 100 in 23 seconds, and it goes to a top speed of 104 mile an hour, which is more than enough in a car like this, quite frankly, considering it's got a high ride height and a little rollover protection, certainly a little side protection as well. But yeah, really rather fun to drive on this kind of terrain, and really glad to put it in as well, because it now means we've got more 70s off-roaders than we've ever had in a Forza game before now. You can couple this with the Ford Bronco and also the Toyota FJ. It's the FJ40, so yeah, we've got a few classic off-roaders now that we can all race against each other, which is a great thing, because we don't have enough of these kind of things on certain games, and I'm really glad this is on this game. It really does suit the kind of terrain and the whole Australia kind of vibe that this game has going for it. So yeah, there we go. That's the Jeep Renegade. Obviously we're quite far away from the Forza festival site, so I'll see you when we get back there and take a look at the next car. So yeah, this is the next car, the 2000 Lotus 340R. So yeah, this is basically a stripped out and stripped down Elise basically going along with the philosophy of Lotus, which is simplify then add lightness. So yeah, just completely stripped down, and yeah, has a 1.8 litre inline 4 engine, which produces 177 horsepower, 126 pounds-feet of torque, and the car weighs 1,485 pounds. So yeah, not all that much power, but with that little amount of weight, it's really not going to have all that much to carry around, and yeah, wouldn't hinder acceleration. So yeah, as you can see, very little bodywork, no roof, no doors, no real bodywork along the side near the wheels, barely anything on the rear end. You can practically see the engine almost behind all the exhaust, etc. You can see it even more when you open the boot, well, the bonnet, whatever you want to call the rear end on these kind of things. There it is. So yeah, real bare to the bones, really no interior at all. I think there's like, yeah, there's a few buttons there or something, but yeah, really nothing there at all. So yeah, all about lightness in this car, and as a result it can handle and accelerate really well, as we'll now see when we take it out. So yeah, this is something that you certainly wouldn't want to drive every day, but you certainly want to take it out onto the track, because it has a really fun engine going for it, and with that little amount of weight it can make the most of that horsepower and just, yeah, make mincemeat of cars with way more power than it has. And that's kind of proven in the fact that it turns and handles really rather well. It's really got some great handling for it. You can see how quickly it turns, how responsive it is. It shows how little weight it's got, and that's kind of backed up by the fact that it's got a really good acceleration as well. 0 to 60, 4.6 seconds, 0 to 100 in 12.481 seconds, and it'll go into a top speed of 130 mile an hour, which is, yeah, not the highest kind of top speed, certainly not even the highest top speed from Lotus themselves, but because it's such a good handling car, you can do that kind of that kind of mile per hour practically everywhere, and get there really quick. And like, oops, daisy, because you yeah, got such great handling and such little weight as well that you can out accelerate cars with way more power than you. So let's take a look at the final car. And this is the final car, the 2016 Pagani Huayra BC. Now the BC stands for Benny Caiola, I think that's how you say his name. Yeah, he's now dead, but he's the original first Pagani customer, so to celebrate him, they've brought out this car. Only 20 units of these are going to be made, and it's got a 6 litre V12 engine, which is twin turbocharged, and it's from AMG themselves. And yeah, only weighs, and it's got 740 horsepower, 737 pounds-feet of torque, and it only weighs 2,685 pounds, which is really rather light. And couple that with the amount of power that it's got, as you can see by the acceleration and speed stats, yeah, it's certainly no slouch. So let's take a look at it in Forza Vista. So yeah, it's got all the extra kind of stuff you'd expect in terms of downforce. Also got gull wing doors. Not sure if they were standard on the Huayra or not. You actually have to open the doors to open up the bonnet to reveal the engine, which is a bit weird. But yeah, you also have to do it to close it as well. But yeah, let's take this car out and see exactly what it can do. So yeah, this has a lot going for it over the original Huayra. It's got more power, less weight, and way better downforce thanks to this rear spoiler, rear diffuser, and the front splitter that you can see there. and yeah, as a result it handles way better than the original, but thanks to the extra power as well, it's also a lot quicker as well. 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds, so it's even quicker than that GTA Spano despite having less power, but thanks to that less weight it can make up for it. And yeah, 0 to 100 in 5.615 seconds, and it goes to a top speed of 238 mile an hour, which is something that surprised me considering all the downforce it has, or the extra downforce it has over the standard version. So yeah, only 20 units of this car are going to be made, so this is going to be again a really rather rare Pagani. Oops, daisy, I just crashed it, just to add insult to injury there. But yeah, really rare and really rather worth it, quite frankly, because it's stupidly quick, handles really well, looks really good as well. Just as insane as every other Pagani out there. There's a standard Huayra, just to give you a visualization difference. Still got the typical flats on the front and back, but spoiler, as you can see, and diffuser and splitter, etc. differentiate it along with the stripe. But yeah, there we go. That's the car pack. It's really rather varied. We've got a few really good hypercars. We've got a couple of decent sports cars, and we've got an old 4x4. The 4x4 and the Crown Vic, though, are my favourites, to be honest, because I just really like oddball cars, and they're pretty oddball cars to say the least. They're kind of like the ultimate kind of oddball cars, because you've got a cop car and a 70s 4x4. But yeah, I like the car pack as a whole, and it's a really good start for the car packs that are going to be released over the coming months. I think there's 42 cars in total being released, so yeah, we've got a fair few more to go. Definitely getting to the middle of the next year probably by the time when they finish. So yeah, highly recommend you try this car pack out if you've got the season pass, and if you haven't, then yeah, just give it a think over. If you think you're going to enjoy these kind of cars, or you want to see what the other car packs are going to be like, then wait on. But I definitely recommend this car pack, and hopefully the rest of them will live up to it and make the season pass worth it, because yeah, really am enjoying the cars in this car pack, and it gives me hope that the rest of the car packs will be as diverse and have as many new cars to the series as this one. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.